Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Confessions of an Etsy Shop Owner. So about 3 weeks ago I opened up an Etsy shop, and you guys have been loving not only the shop but kind of hearing about the process and what goes into opening an Etsy shop and running an Etsy shop. And because I enjoy helping people, I am going to be walking you guys through that whole process. So this is going to be a series, you guys. So today is going to be episode 1, and then for the following Mondays in December, which there are 5 Mondays altogether, I'm going to be sharing a new video every Monday in regards to Etsy. So I'm going to do a day in the life vlog. I'm going to do a week in the life vlog, just so you guys see like the time commitment part of it. I am going to be sharing with you guys all of the products that I use and the prices, where to get them from, all of the stuff that you would typically have to go fishing for to get that information. I'm going to be sharing it all because honestly, I don't care. So whatever, if you want to go buy the same printer as me, go right ahead. If you want to buy whatever, go right ahead. It literally doesn't hurt me for people to borrow ideas or whatever. I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person. I can't be bothered with anything less than being helpful. So that's what I'm going to be doing for this whole entire series. Now the series could roll into January if I want to pick up or share more information, or if I discover anything new, I'll definitely share that. But I am going to commit to 5 videos, all of which are basically going to be face-to-face, which I've never done 5 face-to-face videos in a month ever in life. Well, I've only been on YouTube for a year and a half almost, but I've never done such a thing. But I'm here for that this month because in December, a lot of YouTubers do what's called Vlogmas. Not here for that, but I am here for sharing with you guys this information and kind of chatting with you guys a little bit. You won't see my little dusty hands, you'll see my dusty face, but yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to be chilling right here pretty much every week to share with you guys some information. I'm also going to do like I said, vlog style videos, so you'll see, you know, snippets of pictures, whatever, of the materials that I'm using and the products that I bought and the equipment. I'll share with you guys when I started buying the equipment, how much it was. I'll share with you guys my actual profits for the first month of Etsy, which I'm not there yet, so I'm definitely not going to be sharing that in the first video because I don't have any information to share for the first month. I'm just going to be walking you guys through just everything, and I just plan to cover everything, and what I don't cover, I will cover at a later date. But I am going to be saving all questions for the final episode, and that's when I'm going to share with you guys any answers that you did not get for the first 4 episodes. I'm going to be sharing with you guys recommendations, suggestions. So even though I'm going to be sharing you guys I'm going to share with you guys the equipment and such that I have, I'm actually not going to be sharing recommendations or suggestions until the very end. And you might be wondering why I would do that. Well, I've only been in Etsy for doing Etsy for 3 weeks. I don't have a lot of knowledge to share, so I figured it would only be fair to you guys and to the equipment that I have that I'm trying to make work. Some of it is gotta go. Some of it I think can stay. Some I need to add more of. I just think it would only be fair if I waited until the very end to share that information. I don't want to never share it, but I also don't want to share it after only being in business for 3 days and only using some of this equipment for a couple of weeks. For a couple of weeks. So I thought that was only fair. So anyway, in today's video, I'm actually going to be sharing with you guys why I actually opened my own Etsy shop. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys just everything that came before, where I got the information that I needed to start, all of that stuff. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing today during episode 1. I just wanted to preface episode 1 with this information so you know what's to come. I am going to be posting a flyer all across my social media platforms, so you know exactly what's going to be taking place in every video and for all 5 episodes. So anyway, without further ado, let's talk about how I got started. Okay, so last June, my husband and I started budgeting, and a lot of you guys know this whole story, but I'm gonna tell it again for those who are just finding me. We had gotten married November of 2012. No, that's crazy. November of 20. What's this year? 2016. November 2016 is when we got married. We met November 2012, just so we're clear. We got married on like the 4-year anniversary of the day that we met. So just so we're clear, okay, well, I don't really keep up with like numbers and stuff like anniversary dates and all that. But there's that. But also, I just got those mixed up. So I do know a few things. And what I do know is that it was November 3rd, 2016 is when we got married. And so we did our honeymoon thing and in Jamaica, and we did some other traveling to include Vegas and some other places. And then finally around April, we decided that we were going to sit down somewhere and we were going to start working on some goals so that we could accomplish some financial goals for our first year of marriage and kind of kick off our marriage right, per our eyes. And so that's what we did. So fun fact, I purchased my first bottle of makeup back in January, I think, or February of 2018. So last year. No, what's this year? 2017. Y'all, don't take it. Clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about. The beginning of 2017 is when I bought, last year, is when I bought my first bottle of foundation, and I had gotten into makeup. And because I had gotten into makeup, I pretty much got into makeup because I was like, I want to learn to do makeup. Like, if for no other reason than just to know how, if I want to do myself up for like an occasion or whatever. So I got into makeup, and then I started watching YouTube videos because there are tons of makeup tutorials. And that is kind of how I got into YouTube. I never really like got on YouTube that much. I'm not like a TV person or a person who kind of just watches like anything, because that's just not really who I am. I do it now, but I don't watch TV now, but I watch YouTube videos and stuff like that. But I'd never really been like a person to like watch the screen, I guess. And so again, I had really just gotten into that back last year. So once we decided that we wanted to start budgeting and such, I took to YouTube because I had been spending so much time on YouTube, and I had been learning that people like did vlogs and people did makeup tutorials, and people had been, people do a lot of stuff on YouTube. So I was like, well, certainly somebody's out there, sharing how they budget. I already knew how I was budgeting, which wasn't that great, but I wanted to learn a little bit more about the craft, the art of budgeting. And so again, I just took to YouTube. And so I came across a lot of people who were budgeting and using like planners and stuff. And I was like infatuated because I had always been a pen and paper girl. I'd always been interested in like stationery, pens, journals, diaries. I have like 5 diaries in the closet, and they're from like 5th grade and 6th grade and stuff like that. I'll show you guys one day. But I've always been into that kind of thing. So when I learned that people were using planners and such to budget, I was here for it because I had been using apps online and my phone app, like my calendar app and my notes app. And it never really did the trick for me because I couldn't visualize things inside of like 15 different locations, because I had stuff here, I had the budget here, and then I had the bills to do in the notes pad, and then I had the paydays on the calendar app and some bills that were due on the calendar app, and everything was just everywhere, and I had to do all kinds of extra stuff just to get to like my overall budget, and it just wasn't working out. So I was like, let's try this budget thing. So around May, I actually bought my first planner, which was actually a budget planner. In May, I also learned about Etsy through YouTube. I don't know whose YouTube videos I was watching back then or where I was actually introduced to this stuff, but I learned about budgeting, I learned about planning, I learned about stickers, and I purchased some stickers from Etsy. And the first Bill Do stickers that I purchased, I actually have with me. Look at these stickers. First of all, why did we have 62 million Bill Do bills, first of all? But anywho, I purchased these black and white stickers, and they just kind of said Bill Do, and I like them and whatnot, but I didn't love them. And so I knew then that I would one day just make my own stickers. Once I learned that it was a thing, I knew then, a year ago, almost like 14 months ago or something, maybe 15, maybe a year and a half ago. I don't know. I knew then, back around May 2017, that I would one day be making my own stickers, if not to sell, for me. And so that is pretty much what brings us here today. So whenever I got my Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly in June or July, and I kind of got into that planner before I even, so I've always wanted an Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly, but I never wanted to buy one. I'm proud to say that I never have, because they sent me that one, and the rest of them that I have for business purposes, I got for free using referral credits. So shout out to Erin Condren and all of those folks. Shout out to you guys too for using my referral link. But I'd always wanted one of those since I saw people talking about it, on YouTube. But I never wanted to buy one because the thing was like $30. I felt that was a little much. I just couldn't be bothered with that. But again, they sent me one around June, July. I think they sent it in June and it got to me in July, something like that. It was the new one, and I really knew before it got to me that I wanted to maybe make some kind of like kit for it. So I kind of got the planner, I used it, I got in there to see what was what, and again, I really knew pretty much then that I would for sure be making my own stickers. I knew a year ago that I wanted to and that I would, but I feel like the idea was solidified around June, July of this year. So it took me a couple of months to finally do it. I had to do a little research. So I have friends who are Etsy shop owners or sticker shop owners. So I kind of reached out to them. They shared with me information. I did not take their information and run with it. I did my own research, which brought me to purchase the things that I have purchased. I know that some of them were recommending products that were way too expensive, and I wasn't about that life, to be honest. I wasn't spending $800 on a printer. That's crazy. I wasn't spending $300 on a cutting machine. That's crazy. I was not going to spend all of this money. I'm very analytical. I work hard for my money. While I do sometimes buy things that I enjoy, it's not that much, and I definitely wasn't going to be buying those. I wasn't going to be buying that to start. I just wasn't, because that would have, no, that's just not how I live my life. So I pretty much researched, I took their information, I ran with it, and I pretty much tried to find alternative options, cheaper options, if you will. In the next video, I'm actually going to be sharing with you guys what I actually purchased. But I kind of just took their information and I ran with it. Now, I was fortunate enough that I could ask people to help me, or just for suggestions or recommendations. So I know that's not everybody's, that's not going to be everybody's situation, but due to this Etsy series, I feel like it will be your situation, and I feel like you will learn everything that anyone else would share with you, except I'm going to share with you guys pretty much how to start and shop for the low and not break the bank or go into debt or all of that, but rather how to do it, how to ease your way into it. That's pretty much what I'm going to share with you guys. Because if you ask a seasoned anybody any information, they're probably going to share with you the products and such that they have currently. So if you ask a seasoned YouTuber how much their camera is or what camera they're using, they're probably going to share with you some type of $3,000 camera or something crazy like that. So for this series, I'm not going to be sharing that with you because I've only been in business for 3 weeks. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys beginner tips. Obviously, I still wouldn't recommend running out and buying this stuff. Still do your research, figure out what's going to work for you, because I feel like that's just a rule of thumb. But anyway, that's the kind of information you're going to get from this video. So, or from this series. So again, I had people to ask, which was great, and I took some of their recommendations. September the 28th, I believe, which was about 2-3 months after I kind of solidified the idea and I began to do some research and, really get in there looking for, things that I would need and just trying to find the way to opening an Etsy shop. September 28th is when I purchased the silhouette machine, which was the first purchase, because I figured I need to learn how to design a sticker, because of course the silhouette software comes with the machine, so that's how you can really get in there. There are other methods, I believe, that you can take, other types of software, but for me, I was like, well, let's get the machine, let's do the silhouette software thing, let's try to learn it, because there are a lot of directions and such about how to use the silhouette software that comes with the silhouette. So I was like, let's try this and let's see where this takes me. So to me, it didn't really make sense to buy anything beyond the machine originally, because if you don't know how to design a sticker, then you're not going to be able to sell one. So I mean, you know, you're not going to be able to cut one, you're not going to be able to sell it. So to me, it only made sense to really just buy the machine first. I'm going to talk about all of that in a later video about, you know, what I bought first and second and third and why, but I just wanted to share with you guys that was my first purchase. I'm looking at it, that's why this is happening, because I'm looking at the machine right now. But that was the first purchase around September 28th, 2018. Now, I pretty much was ready to go. I had designed my payday stickers, my Build You stickers, and my entire kit about 3 weeks later. So end of October, I was actually ready to open up my shop. I probably spent about an hour every day after work, or maybe two, designing stickers, or kind of designing the kit and kind of figuring all of that out and kind of doing further research. I did FaceTime calls with like one of my favorites, Michelle, to learn a thing or two. I watched some silhouette videos on YouTube. I pretty much, well, I didn't read the manual, that's a lie, but I referred to it, stuff like that. So within that month, I had designed my stuff. I was ready to go. I did not open my shop for another 2 weeks or so because I'm a perfectionist. I was waiting for things to be perfect. Things were not perfect when I opened. They were okay, but they were definitely not perfect. I would recommend not waiting until things are perfect, because the chances of your first sticker kit, your first anything, your first design being perfect are slim to none. Like, your chances are very slim. So just for me, I would say just go with what feels good. So if you think your sticker is like on point, or your whatever is on point but maybe not perfect, could use a little work but not a whole lot, but just a little work, I would say go ahead and open, girl, because if you're waiting for perfect, you're going to be waiting forever. I would be probably February or March opening my shop if I waited for perfection, because my kit is getting better, but it's definitely not perfect. I've learned and tweaked some things here and there, but it's definitely not perfect. I think maybe a couple months down the road, it will be perfect to me. But again, that would be a couple of months down the road, and there's no point in waiting for perfect. Just release what you're releasing, charge accordingly. When your kit is better, when your stickers are better, when stuff is better, then you can charge accordingly then. But for the most part, just open the shop, girl, because don't wait on perfect. Just open the shop. Take it from me. I only waited for about 2 weeks before I was finally like, okay, just open up. And I needed, basically, my folks, my planner friends and such had to be like, just open for me to finally do it. But yeah, probably took me about 2 weeks to finally just open and quit waiting around for perfection. And I'm so glad that I did. And so anyway, that's kind of like the information that I wanted to share with you guys in regards to how I actually started, when I started thinking about it, how long it took me, because I know a lot of you have shared with me already that you're thinking about it, but you just haven't done it yet. I'm really not that kind of person. If I solidify the idea, then it's pretty much go time. The idea was not solidified until around summer. Well, I guess, no, yeah, around summer. And it was literally early fall, a couple of days into fall, that I was like, all right, I got this machine, let's get going, like, let's do it. But again, that's just how I roll. I like to, if I said it, I meant it, basically. And if I thought it, then it's going to happen. And that's just pretty much how I live my life, because I don't like letting fear control me. So anywho, that's pretty much all the information that I wanted to share with you guys. I will be back next week to share with you guys when I started buying all of this stuff, what all of the stuff is that I purchased, how much it costs. I'm not going to share recommendations again, like I said, until the very end of the series, when I've really gotten in there and gave this stuff a fair shot. But I just wanted to share with you guys what came before I actually opened the shop, and let you know that it didn't happen overnight. And, you know, it didn't take 3 years either, or 2 years, or whatever. I think it took about a decent amount of time, but Anyway, that's just the story of how I became an Etsy shop owner. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.